Hello everyone, this is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today our guest is Kolton Englund, who will be fighting on Elevate Fight Night number 3. Hello Kolton, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Kolton, you will be fighting in just few days against kind of a veteran of the sport, the fighter who has more than 20 bouts right now. And if you can tell me, what do you think about this opponent, and what do you think will happen after this fight?
So, I'm fighting Robert Dunn. I believe he's got 22 fights. Veteran. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Has fought some veterans in the sport. I believe he's gonna be a durable guy. I think it's gonna be a good fight, and you know, hopefully, God willing, after this fight, we go to the big show.
Because you are right now on the 4-fight winning streak, so maybe the fifth one can get you to the UFC or at least to the Contender Series.
Exactly. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, I would love to. I would love to fight in Contender Series again because I feel like I got a bad end of the stick on the first Contender Series when I got eye poked by Manuel Torres.
But of course, it's like worth to mention that Torres is also a very good fighter, and right now I believe he's a 3-0 in the UFC. So it's not that you lost to some guy who is not right now in the UFC because he lost some fights, but he's undefeated there. So it's like no shame in that.
Right. Yes, I've heard a lot of people say that, and I agree with you. But it's also I know I'm a better fighter than him, and um, I got off to I got off to a rough start in that fight. Um, I didn't calculate how long he actually was until until he had broken my nose. So I got an idea of how long his reach was, and after I knew how long he was, my nose was already broken, and but but I would one day I want to get that match. I want to get that rematch for sure. Um, I really feel like I'm better all around than he is. But that's just gonna be my opportunity in the UFC to show everybody what level I actually fight at.
So the UFC would be a perfect platform for the rematch.
Exactly. Yes, that's what I would love to have happen.
And you had even over the 1 year break. And was it planned, or did something happen that you decided to had this break?
So I had a 1 year break after the Contender Series because I had fought many southpaws back to back to back, and the way that I box, I do a lot of shoulder rolling, and all the southpaws straight lefts were when I shoulder rolled, all the straight lefts were hitting me on the inside of my shoulder, right close to my jaw, right here, and it actually created. I had I had 3 fights in I think like 4 or 5 months, very quickly, and it created a blood clot in my shoulder, and I had to go to my left arm was swelling up, and I couldn't train, um, and I went to the doctor, and they said I had a big blood clot, and I believe it was from the trauma of taking the punches on my shoulder. Um, it's like someone frogging you in the shoulder nonstop for months, and so I went and got my blood clot removed, and they put me on blood thinners for several months just so that it would heal and it wouldn't clot up again. And then after that, I was able to go to Brazil and fight.
And because of this break, did you like feel right now some that you are hungry to be back in the cage?
Yes. Um, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to fight again. I'm going crazy. Are you talking about the break I had after my Nick Compton fight? Correct. After I had fought Nick Compton, I had a year break as well.
Yes, yes, yes. This time,
Uh,
yes.
okay, so yes. So that year break was due to I was talking to my manager and he was saying that I was on the short list for the UFC and I kind of needed to just stay ready and I was on a big win streak, so I was staying ready and hoping for a short notice UFC opportunity, but it didn't come. An opportunity didn't open, so now I got to get busy again and lift up my stock one more time.
And even 1 year ago, like MMA Junkie listed you as the one of the guys who can get a contract with a win. You're like, I believe, April or May win, your last win. So I think that even 1 year ago, like community consider you as the one of the best prospects in the scene.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm pumped to go out there next weekend and really show everybody that what level I fight at. And I believe people forget, you don't fight, people forget you. Uh, you're only as good as your last fight, and you gotta stay busy in the sport. The sport moves really fast.
But also you looked great in your last few fights. So I think that with this win you like you deserve the spot either in the Contender Series or even in the UFC if there will be a chance.
Yes, I would love that. Yeah, I can't wait. I watch the UFC fights all the time. Whenever I'm watching the fights, I see guys at my weight fighting, and and I know I will beat them. I'll finish these guys that are in the UFC right now, and I'm watching them, and it's just it stresses me out now. Whenever I watch UFC fights, it's not pleasing to me anymore to just watch the fights. I watch the fights and I start getting stressed out and start sweating because I know that I can beat these guys and I know I'm a skill level way above these guys. I'm I can strike, I can wrestle, I can my cardio is ridiculous. My jiu-jitsu is really good. So I feel like I'm well rounded and I'm going to give a lot of these guys in the lightweight division a lot of problems.
And do you have a name in mind? Let's say that right now you will get a contract. Do you have a name in mind that you would like to face in your first fight?
Man, I have a list. And I'm going to be carrying a list with me whenever I fight. I'm going to pull the list out and I'm going to call names. I'm going to call at least 10 names whenever I fight. Uh, you know, the there's it there's not going to be any friends of mine in the UFC. I'll tell you that. Uh, I have any honestly. There's a lot of guys that I'll fight. Like I was close to kind of mentioned in the mix of fighting Jamie Malarkey. That would be a great fight. I finish him in the first round. Um, we got let's say I just saw a guy oh wait, Trey Ogden, I saw him fight and he sucks. Um I man, there's so many fights. I sit there drooling watching these fights and I can't wait. I can't wait. My time is gonna come and I'm gonna make a lot of people mad when I call them out, but hey, I'm in here to fight, I'm not in here to make friends.
Yeah, so you really have this list, a long list of names.
Oh yes, I have a long list, and I can't name off the top of my head. I have the picture of their face, in my. I have the picture of their face. I just forgot their names. Um, yes, I can't wait. It's gonna be a big call out.
And about your beginnings in the sport, why did you decide to start overall your combat sport journey?
I was a big football nut. I love to play football, and I was doing really good in football, and I actually broke my arm and in 2 days one day, and after that I started doing some kickboxing to stay in shape, and after a year of doing kickboxing, I've completely fell in love with kickboxing and MMA and jiu-jitsu and I tried to go back to football and it just didn't feel right anymore. It didn't feel like home. And kickboxing and MMA felt like my sport. Um, I just stuck with it, and I told my coaches at my high school. I said, "Hey, man, I can't do this anymore. I love to fight." And they were like, "What? This is crazy. That's not normal." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah. I just love to do it." And then we took off from there, and I had a couple fights when I was in high school, and had the whole high school come out and watch me fight, and did really well, and just kept going from there.
And watching your fights, you looked as like overall a very good fighter, skilled in every area. But for now, what is like your favorite part of the training?
My favorite part of the training is probably boxing. I really really love to box. I really love to uh, I love to grapple. Um, me and my wife, she's also a UFC fighter. We teach and we help teach the kids jiu-jitsu at Renzo Gracie Lake Houston. And I love being teaching jiu-jitsu, rolling. It's just kind of a part of our lives right now. And uh, you know, it's just that's one of our favorite things to do is teach kids, pass the knowledge on and kind of give them an idea of they can do. I have a different type of rolling, and my wife has a different type of rolling, and we can share our knowledge to the different body types of kids, and they really love it.
And what is worth mentioning that your wife is like super high level MMA fighter because she's a like UFC fighter, former Invicta champion, great grappler. So it's like the long list of accomplishments.
Yes, yes. She's a second degree black belt in jiu-jitsu. Was the Invicta champ. Yeah, so she's got a fight a week after me. So we this whole camp we've been grinding together. It's been eat, sleep, and breathe fighting for over 12 weeks of grueling camp. We're super excited to get in there and show our hard work.
And do you prefer when you have like the fights close to each other, or do you prefer the like longer break between your fight and your wife fight?
I like it when we fight within a week away from each other because I'm in when I'm in fight camp, she's in fight camp. So, her mentality is the same. So when we wake up, we wake up early to go run. We both wake up. Um, I have to train, 2 times a day, and so she has to train 2 times a day. We push each other. Whenever I feel sore and she's not sore, she says, "Hey, come on, let's go," and then vice versa. So we push each other, we help each other, and like I said, fighting is our life. So we're 100% in it.
So it's like perfect for you that there is a 1 week between your fights this time.
Yes, perfect, perfect.
And if you can tell me more about your sparring partners in the gym, let's say for this fight, who was your like main sparring partner or the partner that you like trained the most, let's say?
One of my main sparring partners for this camp was Rafael Alves. He had fought in the UFC. He's uh, uh, he's a force to be reckoned with. Dude is extremely strong, fast, quick twitchy. Uh, I feel like he got the bad end of the stick in the UFC. He had to fight all the really good Russian grapplers. So, and he's a big time striker. But Rafael was one of my big training partners. Jacob Berry, he's a really really good kickboxer coming into his own for being a really really good MMA fighter. Uh, we have dozens and dozens of guys my weight at Main Street, and then Coach Bob Perez, he has been really cleaning up my striking and picking out the details and what I'm doing wrong. And like you were talking about that year break, the year break really allowed me to uh, big time. I'm excited to show it. Yes, Lester Batres, he's one of the MMA coaches over at the Gracie Lake Houston. He's a big guy, 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, very good black belt. Was a professional MMA fighter. So I've had a lot of really tough people pushing me for this whole entire camp.
And I believe that he also has like a super talented son, also an undefeated prospect.
Yes, yes. Also his son, wrestling with him. He's a very good wrestler. Yeah, I had a really, really, really good camp. I really did. I'm happy with everybody that was a part of it, and thankful that everybody helped me get shape, get ready for this fight.
And when you are thinking about your future, but not near future, because you are right now like active MMA fighter, but let's say in 10 or 15 years, would you plan to be a like full-time coach and train high-level MMA fighters to get them to the UFC?
Yes, I mean I would love to. I would love to open up my own gym. That's kind of a dream that me and my wife have. We plan to make a run in the UFC, and then one day open up a gym and start our own fight team and our own jiu-jitsu program. And you know that would be a lot of fun to us to be able to do that. And yeah, we can't wait for that. You're correct.
And do you have a like advice or let's say piece of advice for young fighters who are like struggling in the beginnings of their careers, not to give up their dreams?
Yes, it seems like it's a short road to get to the UFC, but it's not. You know, you think that, oh, I'm good, I'm just gonna get to the UFC. It may be like that. It's very, very, very rarely that happens, but um, there's gonna be a lot of speed bumps in the road, and you're gonna have to go through some trials and tribulations and really, really find out who you are. And all my advice to them would be just to stay strong and stay focused on the next goal in front of you. Don't get detoured um, by partying, by distractions. Don't get detoured by distractions, and keep your head straight forward and keep grinding. One of the best things to do is just to show up. You have to show up every single day and get better. I try to get better, 1% better every single day, and with that, over years and years and years, one day you'll wake up and you're going to be one of the best in the room.
And do you have in training camp, do you have a like tough days in the gym that let's say in the morning you are thinking that you are busy, you are tired, but you still know that you have to go? Do you have this kind of days?
Yes, I have those days a lot. I really, like I said, I really, really push my body, and there will be days when I don't even want to step out of bed. I'm like, man, this sucks. I don't want to go in and train. And then I walk into training, and you have to learn how to flip that switch. And it's the same thing in the fight. Fight day, you might wake up saying, "Ah, man, I really just don't feel like fighting," but you got to fight. You have to you have to learn how to flip that switch. I call it the kill switch. I'll be all friendly and laughing and joking, but whenever they say, "Kolton, you're up," I flip that switch and it's game time.
And when you are a few hours to your fight, do you have like do you have like some maybe additional stress or some doubts that you have to fight like also a very skilled MMA fighter?
Yes, of course. I believe everybody has these thoughts. When you walk into the arena, you have thoughts are crowding your mind like crazy. They're filling your mind with, can you do it? Are you good enough? And yeah, did you train hard enough? And but I shut down a lot of those by I train very, very hard. I didn't leave a stone unturned. I really, really train hard. I push myself every single day. So whenever I show up to the arena, I'm ready to go. I don't have doubts. I know that I'm ready, I'm prepared, I'm extremely rounded, and I feel like I'll get the job done because I feel like I have a very high fight IQ whenever I'm in there, and I feel like I'll figure it out. And of course, you feel nerves before you fight. Everybody feels it, but you gotta just turn those nerves into excitement and go out there and put on a show.
And the last question is, if you can learn one skill, but it's outside of MMA, what kind of skill would you like to learn and know?
Um, my, one thing that I like to do is I like to shoot guns. So I'm a really good shot. I build ARs and Glocks between camps. That's kind of a thing I do just to distract myself. Um, but a skill, uh, a skill. I'd say I'm a real assassin. I like to go shoot guns. I like to build guns. Um, that's one of my other skills. But if I wanted to learn one, I would say uh, probably work on cars. My brother, he has his own business. He tunes and fixes up cars, and I just haven't been the person to really be good at that. So probably work on cars and do that.
Okay, Colton. So many thanks for the conversation. I hope that you will get a win, maybe even a finish, and we can see you in the UFC, either in Contender Series or just in the UFC in this year, because your place probably should be there already.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, God willing, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna get it done.